He got caught, he ran away, but he cannot run anymore. Your energy not to making friends, but fixing a relationship with me.
Listen.
Use your energy.
Let's show everybody else that we can do this, okay?
Well, Josh and Natalie must be sick in the head, or the action between the sheets is just out of this world, because we just saw them have a confrontation and there's just no way that you can be in that and not know you're doomed. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We are here to discuss 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort, particularly the Natalie and Josh confrontation scene. I want to talk about it just because I think that it's very easy to seem like Natalie is crazy and overreacting, which are true, but I think this scene highlights just how much Josh isn't letting go either. The reason Natalie hasn't let go of this man is also because this man isn't letting go of her. So it is just so toxic. However, I don't wish this on anyone. To be chasing someone for 3 years, to have someone with their actions tell you that they don't want you for 3 years, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Also, yes, we are back to our normal format because that last video that I was having a little too much fun with green screen got the copyright alert. And I would like to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not. So it's whatever. We're gonna jump straight into it. Before we do, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yes, when we drop into this world, Natalie is getting ready, I'm guessing for the group therapy activity, and knock, 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 Josh is back. She looks stunned, or not. He's arrived, he's talking about how he feels refreshed, and he's just like, you know, I'm expecting her to hold a grudge because it's Natalie. But honestly, holding a grudge for me, I wouldn't have even opened the door for him. If you're texting other girls in the same resort that I am, you're gonna have to climb through the window to get to me. But she opens the door, she's playing nice, so it seems. But then he asked if she missed him, and she's like, no. And this is where the guilt trip kicks in, because she's like, I was all alone in therapy. Everyone was in partners, and I was all alone, and I just want to know if we're in this boat together, building together, or are you looking for another boat? And this is one of Natalie's many analogies, and you could tell that someone once in her life, just once, told her that she is brilliant, that she should keep it coming, and she did. I feel like every episode she pulls up with another one. And Josh is here nodding in her face, like, But then in his interview, he's like, I don't know what she's saying half of the time. Natalie keeps going. She's like, are we in this boat together? And he's like, yeah, we are. And she's like, or are you looking to be on another boat, aka Sophie? And you could see him just like checking out. And while I think Natalie is batshit crazy, I think that her questions are valid. She's been voicing these concerns forever and she never gets answers, direct answers, because this man loves to just give her some flowery language, but he never tells her, yes, I want you. Yes, I want this with you. Yes, I want the same things as you. It's never that. And so I don't know how we've made it to a therapy resort. And while I am in no way Team Natalie, I am also not Team Josh. This man is a master deflector. It's actually heartbreaking to see her beg for the bare minimum because his actions are loud. And so Natalie takes this opportunity to jump straight in. She's like, well, you know, I did talk to Sophie and I did get the proof. And then she tells him that she has the proof on her phone, and you could see the light leave his eyes. He's like, oh. And what's funny about this, and this is what makes Natalie a clever girl, is that they were for sure texting the entire time that he was away. And she didn't tell him that she had a bomb on her phone. She's like, yeah, so, you know, we can talk about whether or not you're trying to get on other people's boats. And he's like, screw this boat stuff. Like, I didn't do anything with Sophie. Like, nothing ever happened. And she's like, well, I have it here. And he's like, oh, you have a conversation. Oh, okay, well, great. Then you can see that I wasn't being inappropriate. Sir, you're caught. Caught in 4K. What I also think is hilarious about Josh's, like, reaction is that I think that he was betting that she wouldn't make nice with the rest of the girls. And so I think that he was betting that she would never get this proof. So this is really like a curveball. So Natalie starts reading the messages and she reads out the line where he says, what is it? He says, my partner is in the wild side. No way I can stay with that girl. Lol. First of all, that is hurtful. Is it true? Yes, but Natalie is reading you talk about her like that to other people. It is in her face. Josh tells her, oh, well, that wasn't worded correctly. Josh, that wasn't autocorrect. No one wrote that for you. You wrote that in regards to Natalie. Like, just own it. And she starts reading the line about, like, we are planning a trip to Vegas. And he's like, see, it says we. Like, there's a group of us. It wasn't like me being like, hey, baby, want to come to Vegas? So I feel a few different ways about the whole Vegas thing. Josh and Natalie have both admitted that their relationship was probably off during this time. They're on and off. It still doesn't change the fact that she wants to be chosen. And it doesn't help that, Josh, you are a messy, messy bitch. It is so messy to flirt with someone that is within the same franchise, but also even messier to go after someone that you know you're going to have to be in the same spinoff with your girl that you're claiming to be on the wild side. You can't seem to let go of her, so why put yourselves in that kind of predicament? So he didn't cheat, but that was inappropriate. And it also didn't help that Sophie was so eager to spread the news to anyone with ears. But even with that being said, Josh is the one that owes Natalie loyalty. Every action that he has made has been so dismissive, so self-serving. Aside from just flat out being like, I don't want to be with you, I think that his actions send a really clear message. He likes things the way that they are. He likes to be able to call her up whenever he wants. He has, extra money. He throws it her way, keeps her happy. But to commit, to build a life, to actually include her in his family stuff, no, it's not gonna happen. And that is what Natalie wants. And she has made it clear. Natalie is fixating on the fact that he did invite her to Vegas. He has already told us why he didn't invite her. She's very explosive when she's jealous and around other women. So I can only imagine, in a club setting, how she would act. But let's be honest. Let's put ourselves in Natalie's hat for a moment. If this is a man that I perceive to be mine, I'm going to be pissed if I hear that you're going on a co-ed trip without me. Many people go on boys' trips, on girls' trips. Sure, have your time. Go with your friends. But if there's a trip that you're purposely planning with other women and I'm not in it, everything about that is alarming. So I get her fury. Again, I think that it should be directed at Josh. And overall, I think it's beyond Vegas. It's the fact that they haven't probably gone on a vacation together. It's the fact that he won't even let her in his house. He may have his reasons. Stop dragging her along thinking that it could one day happen when it's been 3 years of nothing, So Josh is now over the text. And how convenient that the guilty party is just so over discussing the drama. But I think what he wants to do is get her to a good place so they don't continue this fight in front of other people because he doesn't want others' opinions. So his new tactic is to be like, why are you living in the past? Let's focus on the future. So she's like, oh, you want to work on the future? With who? And he's like, with you. And she's like, oh, with me? Well, then that means that you have to spend time with me. That means that you have to stop texting other girls. And I'm just like, Natalie, listen to yourself. You are asking for bare minimum-ish. I don't like her, but this is just so wrong. And this man is talking over her, being like, let's have a good day. And then he starts kissing her to cut her off, to stop her from talking. And he's like, yeah, let's just have a good day. And again, it's kissing her and be like, let's show everybody that we can do this. And y'all, I did not like that. Kissing can break the tension. Kissing can be endearing when your partner isn't playing with you. This man is being super calculated. He is playing with her head. This is probably the most affection that he has shown her the entire trip, okay? If this was anyone else, I would have found this sweet because I would have been like, oh, he's trying to, break the ice, trying to build closeness, but he just doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to be held accountable for his actions. I also don't like that he played into her insecurity of wanting to be liked. Him being like, let's show everyone else. Screw everyone else. You guys have a lot of internal work. You're going to fall apart because you are barely a couple. And in the moment, I think that she's letting herself go through the motions. She's a little smitten that he's showing attention. She's a little smitten, that like she has him at the palm of her hand, so she thinks, because he's agreeing to not, text Sophie and to, be attentive towards her. But then in her interview, I think that she had some time to reflect, and she's like, this man is trying to throw fairy dust to make me forget about our issues, but like, I have my eye on him. And good. She doesn't seem to forget, because in the preview for the next week's episode, they have an explosive therapy session where she's basically like yelling at him, which is never great, because I really do think that it triggers him to just like run away. Again, she's yelling at him, being like, what are we? Like, are we in a relationship? And I'm like, why are y'all going through this when you aren't even exclusively a couple? This man literally won't give her the foundation of just like, yes, we are in a relationship and we are working towards the bigger picture. He won't even give her that. I can already foresee how next week is gonna go. He's gonna be like, why are you yelling? She always does this, and then won't answer any of the questions that she asked. It's honestly like, it is so toxic. Watching that clip, I was reminded, I'm like, oh my God, like they are not together. So I'm just like, what is their agenda really in doing all of this? Because yeah, they could be on it for the show, for the clout, for the money, but I think that there's something else. I think that he's into the chase until it gets too real. I think that he enjoys it. They really do get like some sort of thrill together. But Natalie definitely wants more, and I don't know. I just feel like after a certain point in your life, you know what you want. This man is very like blatantly not wanting to give that to you. Why put yourself through all of this? So yeah, I will be watching next week. Let me know your thoughts on this week's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.